Now, when we process foods for human consumption, one thing that we do is we take them and we take the fur and the feather off, we take the blood out. That's some things that are potentially missing from the diets that we make, because those are things that in nature our dogs and cats would consume, and those provide unique benefits to their health and to their digestion. So the feather and the fur, in my opinion, works as like a prebiotic in some ways, and also is an insoluble fiber. So when we first started making fresh raw foods, like in the raw community, we added the veggies because we were trying to build a mouse at a grocery store. And one of the things that we would do is we would use the veggies to be the fur and the feathers. Now, dogs and cats have no requirement for veggies, particularly cats. They really shouldn't be eating veggies unless they really, really love them, but really they have zero requirement, and dogs don't have a requirement for veggies either. So that's not something that they need to eat, but some animals do better with a little bit of fiber in the diet. And so that's something that you want to consider when you're looking at our foods and see what you'd like to use in that capacity. We have raw rabbit fur that we sell. We also sell birds that, like little prey birds that are like day-old chicks and day-old quail and whole jumbo quail and things like that with the feathers. So that's something that you can include in the diet if you're comfortable with that. Not everybody is, of course. So if you're comfortable with that style of feeding, then you can incorporate it at that level. If not, we also have things like psyllium husk and just the veggie mixes, and we make a variety of different veggie mix options for you to use in that way if you'd like to. Particularly if your animals like veggies. I don't want you feeding veggies if you put it down and you have to mix it in with the meat and force them to eat it. Now, if that's going on with your animals, please just stop feeding the veggies, because it's not fair. They don't need them, and we don't have to force it into them. If you put it down on a plate and they eat it, let them have it. That's great. As long as it's not dominating the meal, then it's something that they can enjoy and it's healthy for them. That is totally wonderful. And you can give them a little bit of veggies, and that's fine. Now, the veggies, they don't have the digestion to process veggies. They don't have the enzymes in their mouth. They don't masticate their food. They just are for tearing and ripping. They are carnivores. And so they just wolf it down, which means they just break it into a piece that they can get it down their throat, because the digestion happens in their gut, not in their mouths. And so they have a short digestive tract that's also very acidic, and so it's uniquely designed to be able to digest meat and bone, and not vegetation. So vegetation, you think about, like, there's cows and ruminant animals, and also omnivores like humans. We have a long, complicated digestive tract that starts with our mouth and goes all the way through, where we are able to get nutrition from and digest easily vegetation, where animals like dogs and cats who are carnivores are not. So when we make them veggies, you either have to cook them and puree them or mash them. You have to masticate them, like puree them into like a really fine puree, or you can ferment them. Those are some different ways that you can make it so that they are able to digest them and it's not too hard on their bodies. So that's something to consider when you're adding veggies.